Echoes of the Forgotten. The mansion loomed on the outskirts of town, a towering structure wrapped in ivy, its Gothic architecture casting a foreboding shadow against the moonlit sky. Drawn by its haunting allure, I dared to venture into the depths of the haunting mansion, unaware that its silent halls held the echoes of forgotten souls. As I crossed the threshold, a chill swept through the grand foyer, the air thick with the residue of centuries gone by. The mansion, once a beacon of opulence, had succumbed to the passage of time, its ornate furnishings now draped in dusty shrouds. The grand staircase, adorned with a faded velvet carpet, beckoned like a portal to a bygone era. My footsteps echoed through the silent halls. As I explored room after room, the mansion seemed frozen in time, its walls whispering tales of opulent parties and aristocratic gatherings that had long faded into the annals of history. Yet, beneath the veneer of faded grandeur, a lingering sorrow clung to the air. In one forgotten chamber, I discovered a grand piano, a relic from an age of elegance. As I brushed the dust from the keys, a haunting melody filled the room, its notes resonating with a spectral energy. The air seemed to vibrate with the echoes of a forgotten pianist, their melancholic composition carried through the ages. Compelled to uncover the mysteries that lingered in the mansion's silent embrace, I ascended the grand staircase. The upper floors revealed a labyrinth of forgotten rooms, each holding fragments of the past. Faded portraits adorned the walls, their subjects staring with hollow eyes that seemed to follow my every move. As I delved deeper, the mansion's haunted history began to unveil itself, a tragic tale of lost love, betrayal, and a family torn apart by the weight of its own secrets echoed through the corridors. The walls seemed to absorb the sorrow, and the air became charged with an otherworldly presence that transcended the boundaries of the living. In the master bedroom, a spectral figure materialized, an ethereal woman, her form draped in a tattered wedding gown. Her hollow eyes met mine, and a voice carried by the wind whispered a plea for release from the shackles of a timeless tragedy. The room, once a chamber of marital bliss, had become a spectral stage for the unfolding drama of love turned to anguish. The mansion, now a realm where the veil between the living and the dead blurred, held me captive in its melancholic grasp. The echoes of forgotten souls reverberated through the halls, their presence an indelible mark on the tapestry of time. As night fell, the mansion's haunted legacy intensified. Shadows danced on the walls, taking on sinister forms that seemed to whisper of untold horrors. The grand piano, now a vessel for the mournful symphony of the past, played its haunting melody in the stillness of the night. Desperation set in. I navigated the labyrinthine corridors, each step leading me deeper into the heart of the mansion's spectral embrace. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy, and the walls seemed to close in, suffocating me with the weight of the forgotten tales that clung to the estate, like a malevolent mist. In the final chamber, the ghostly figure of the bride appeared once more. Her eyes, now filled with a resigned sorrow, implored me to uncover the truth that had bound her to the mansion's haunted legacy. As the walls seemed to close in, I uncovered the final, tragic revelation, a tale of betrayal, revenge, and a love that transcended the boundaries of life and death. With the truth laid bare, the mansion's spectral embrace loosened its grip, the grand piano fell silent, and the haunted echoes of forgotten souls faded into the darkness. As I crossed the threshold, the looming mansion stood as a testament to the timeless tragedies that linger in the shadows, a haunted legacy that would forever echo through the corridors of the haunting mansion. Whispers of the Forgotten Manor. The crumbling mansion stood at the edge of town, its decaying facade a testament to the passage of time. When the first inherited the property, I saw it as an opportunity for a fresh start, unaware that the whispers of the forgotten echoed within its dilapidated walls. From the moment I stepped through the creaking doors, an air of foreboding enveloped me. The grand foyer, once resplendent, now echoed with the faint footsteps of a bygone era. The walls seemed to whisper tales of forgotten grandeur, but as night fell, the mansion revealed its true nature. Shadows danced along the grand staircase, and the flickering candlelight cast an eerie glow on the ornate wallpaper that adorned the halls. The rooms, now shrouded in darkness, seemed to harbour secrets that transcended the confines of the living. Unseen footsteps echoed through the empty corridors, and the air became thick with the scent of antiquity and despair. One night, as I explored the mansion's labyrinthine halls, I stumbled upon a forgotten room hidden behind a tapestry. The door, a portal to the unknown, creaked open with a ghostly sigh. The room, draped in dusty curtains and filled with moth-eaten furniture, held the echoes of a tragic tale. The whispers began a mournful lament that seemed to emanate from the very walls. The room, a spectral stage, revealed the tragedy that had befallen the mansion's previous inhabitants. A family torn apart by betrayal and sorrow, their anguished spirits trapped in the confines of the forgotten chamber. As the night wore on, the whispers escalated into spectral cries. Unseen entities brushed against my skin, and the temperature dropped to an unbearable chill. The air seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly energy, and the forgotten room became a gateway to a realm that bridged the living and the dead. Driven by an inexplicable compulsion, I delved deeper into the mansion's haunted history. The grand ballroom, once filled with laughter and music, now echoed with the ghostly strains of a bygone symphony. The dining hall, adorned with faded tapestries, held the remnants of spectral feasts that lingered in the air like a haunting aroma. The mansion, now a tapestry of forgotten tales, revealed its true nature, a dwelling place for the souls that had met tragic ends within its walls. The spirits, restless and tormented, sought solace through the whispers that echoed through the decaying halls. With each passing night, the spectral encounters intensified. Shadows contorted into grotesque shapes, and the mansion seemed to come alive with the anguished cries of the forgotten. The grand staircase became a spectral theatre, the echoes of a phantom audience mingling with the haunting melodies that filled the air. Desperation seized me as I confronted the spirits that dwelled within the haunted mansion, in the forgotten room, where the whispers reached a deafening crescendo. I pleaded for release for the tormented souls. The air pulsed with an otherworldly energy, and the mansion quivered as if acknowledging the plea for redemption. As dawn broke, the once haunted mansion stood silent and still. The forgotten room, now a mere relic of the spectral encounters, held no trace of the anguished spirits that had once dwelled within. The grand foyer, once haunted by unseen footsteps, echoed with an eerie tranquility. Yet, as I left the mansion behind, the echoes of the forgotten tales lingered in the air. The grandeur of the past had faded, but the whispers of the haunted mansion transcended time. The town, oblivious to the spectral drama that had unfolded within its midst, continued its daily affairs, unaware that the mansion's legacy was etched in the shadows of its decaying walls. Whispers in the halls. The mansion loomed in the moonlight, its imposing facade casting shadows that seemed to dance with an otherworldly energy. As a real estate agent, I'd seen my fair share of grand homes, but the Victorian mansion atop the hill had an aura of malevolence that sent a chill down my spine. Little did I know, the haunting whispers that echoed through its halls would turn a routine, showing into a nightmarish descent. The first time I stepped into the mansion, an unnatural stillness settled over the air. The grandeur of the foyer, with its sweeping staircase and intricate chandeliers, couldn't mask the oppressive atmosphere that clung to the walls. As I guided my clients through the ornate rooms, I caught glimpses of movements in the corners of my vision, shadows that seemed to slink away as I turned to face them. My clients, seemingly oblivious to the eerie ambience, were enamored by the mansion's charm. As we ascended the staircase to explore the upper floors, the whispers began a soft murmur that seemed to emanate from the very walls. I brushed it off as the creaks of an old house settling, but the words that lingered in the air told a different story. As we entered the master bedroom, the atmosphere shifted. The room, adorned with antique furniture and faded wallpaper, seemed frozen in time. It was then that the whispers became distinct, forming sentences that echoed through the silence. "Get out," they hissed, a warning that seemed to carry the weight of untold secrets. The air grew colder as we ventured into the dimly lit hallway. The whispers intensified, their words now a desperate plea for release from the mansion's grip. My clients, oblivious to the haunting symphony that surrounded us, marveled at the architectural details, while I felt the weight of unseen eyes fixated on us. As we reached the end of the hallway, the door to the attic stood slightly ajar. A chill ran down my spine as I approached, the whispers reaching a fever pitch. The attic, dimly lit by a solitary bulb, seemed to breathe with a malevolent force. Reluctantly, I pushed the door open, revealing a room frozen in time. Antique toys lined the shelves, their lifeless eyes staring into the void. Dust-covered furniture stood as a silent witness to the passage of years. And in the center of the room, a vintage rocking chair swayed with an otherworldly rhythm. The whispers coalesced into anguished cries, a chorus of souls trapped in the attic's spectral embrace. Unable to withstand the oppressive energy, my clients insisted on leaving, but as we descended the staircase, the whispers followed, the unseen spectres pleading for release. The grandeur of the mansion now felt like a facade, a mask that hid the sorrowful tales etched into its very foundation. As we reached the foyer, the whispers reached a crescendo. Shadows converged in the corners, forming indistinct figures that seemed to reach out from the ethereal realm. The air became suffocating, and the grand staircase that once exuded elegance now felt like a descent into the unknown. In a final act of defiance, I uttered a plea for forgiveness, the only words that seemed to silence the haunted symphony. The mansion, its grandeur now a haunting memory, stood silent. The whispers faded, and the shadows retreated into the corners. As I stepped out into the moonlit night, the mansion loomed behind me, its imposing presence softened by the darkness. The haunting whispers, now a distant echo, lingered in the recesses of my memory. The grand Victorian mansion, once a symbol of opulence, had become a haunted labyrinth, its secrets known only to those who dared to tread its spectral halls.